What's going on YouTube? Oh man. Oh man. Today we're going to talk about YouTubers, social media, and basically anybody that's willing to go into public and flex that collection, if you know what I mean. Alright, enough with the corny aspects of this first part of the video. But in general, what we're going to talk about today is why collectors, not necessarily hoarders, but collectors in general, feel the need that they have to come out and flex their collections. Now, it's been pretty popular, obviously, amongst YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, since the dawn of pictures and stuff, that people that are collectors love to show off what they have. Now, obviously, in the modern age, a lot more people do everything online. So, I mean, back in the day, you used to invite people over, and then you'd say, like, hey, you want to come down to the man cave and see my collection of World War II memorabilia, or come down here and you guys can check out my football card collection and stuff like that. And nowadays, even with video games, retro games, everything like that, come downstairs, check out my game room, or, come check out my man cave or whatever. Now, that was the original flex before, I guess, digital, the area. Like, you could take pictures on their phone and show people, or everything like that. So why does it seem nowadays more like it's in our face? And that's because this baby right here is in your face constantly, and people are able to shove it down your throat, basically. Hey, look what I got. Hey, look what I got. Hey, look what I got. You want me to say it a couple more times? Because I really don't want to. but in general, that's kind of what is going on nowadays. Every time somebody gets something new and everything like that, especially if they're extremely passionate about it, they want to show it off. Now, sometimes people will say that'll come off as like being a little pompous jerk, or just like, hey man, cool, I don't care. But fellow collectors love the hell out of that stuff. So I've talked in the past how I've kind of matured and grown away from watching too many pickup videos, except when it comes down to like smaller channels or my friends and stuff like that. Or if you're gonna post something like, hey, I found this extremely rare Mario statue, or I found this extremely rare game that shouldn't exist anymore, prototypes, anything like that. I love that kind of crap. The more general ones, I went to a flea market and picked up 20 Nintendo games, and it's stuff like Kung Fu, Paperboy, stuff like that I've already seen 100 times. I like to see the weird stuff. And that was why, in general, we had YouTubers like NES Addict who would show you the NES oddities, some of the weird stuff that I didn't know existed. For example, like Mario Pixie cups for the bathroom that you can put in the dispenser and everything like that. I didn't know that stuff was even around. And so it was cool to see stuff like that. So those flexes were always nice. Now, like I said, a lot of people in general, if you're a collector, you really enjoy watching them. But normal people are just taking it off as, hey, you're showing off what you got. And just being like, yeah, I don't like, it's cool, man, that you got that. But I feel a need that a lot of times we like to flex our collections because we're really passionate about it. And we like to share what we're passionate about and try and make connections with other human beings. You can try and make connections with your cat, but obviously your cat's not going to care that you got a complete copy of Mario 64 unless your cat's cool. My cat's not cool. My cat doesn't care. Sorry, I'm just feeling goofy today. But anyways, getting into the subject more. So, like I said, with the digital era upon us, everything, our phones in our face, our phones are all over the place. You can be at Facebook, everything like that. It's easy nowadays to show off what you have. So, snapping a picture, doing a YouTube video with all your cool stuff in the background. Yeah, it's very common nowadays to see that, and a lot of people are kind of turned off by it. But let's face it, that's the way we are nowadays. But I don't do it as much as I used to. Besides YouTube, obviously, on my other channel, my secondary one, I have been doing more of my collection videos because they don't seem to do as well in this channel anymore. But other than that, getting rid of most of the collection and just playing games nowadays, I've kind of lost some of the need to kind of show that off. But it's still there, obviously. Like, I still love to display stuff. I still love to see cool stuff and then put it somewhere in the background. Like, right now, I honestly am probably contradicting myself, but I have a bunch of stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby to put up on the walls down here, and I really want to show it off to everybody. And I know I'm just kind of yapping and yapping and yapping, but I'm so excited at some point to hopefully be able to get that stuff out, to put it up on the walls, not only to show you guys at some point, you know, down the road when I do another game room tour, but just in general to kind of surround myself in the stuff I love. And that's the big thing when it comes to collecting and stuff like that. If you aren't going overboard, if you aren't exhausted by it, if you haven't lost the passion completely, having that stuff around you just improves your mood. And you want to share that mood with other people, especially people that share the same hobbies as you. So that's why a lot of times I find it really good to have a great community like I do here on YouTube. So all my subscribers, my friends, and everything on here, we could talk about games and everything that goes along with it, and sharing the hobby, which just improves it even more. Now, it's only when the collecting and stuff like that becomes too bad that it's not as fun anymore. So, you know, then you don't really just want to show it off as much. So, like, when I took my break from YouTube, I sold a vast amount of my collection and started to kind of just rearrange my thinking when it came to buying games and stuff. I was able to find that my collecting grew stronger, and my collection itself, even though it was smaller, was way more important to me. And I think nowadays that's why I like to talk a little bit more about that stuff and honestly show you what has been left behind. I know that this generation and my generation and even the generations before us are a very show me kind of people, where they want to show. I think I mentioned it in one of the videos before, where, you know, especially the USA is a very materialistic country where we pride ourselves on what we own and we like to show it off, whereas a lot of, you know, some other countries are very minimalist and just have what they need to get by. We love to show what we have. So I mean, that's really a big pushing point for flexing our collection and stuff to people in general, is we're surrounded by influences that make us think that we have to showcase it, that we're not cool, we don't belong, we're not hip. God, sometimes I just come up with these words and I'm just like, where did these words come from? Like hip and stuff like that. Who talks like that anymore? You know what I mean? But I digress. We like to show that stuff because that's who we are, and then we love the passion for it, and that's how we've raised. You have celebrities, you know, sports athletes, everything like that, rich people. Look at my Lamborghini, look at my cool jewelry, look at my bling, look at my blang, you know, and then we see that and we're like, oh cool, I want that, I want to showcase that too. For example, one of my sons really wants new hip stuff, and once again I dropped the word hip, like the UGG boots, but not UGG boots, it's more like UGG shoes. And what I used to thought was only for girls, they're now marketing it for men, for making different ones for that too. So of course that's become popular, so he wants that. And it's the same when like these new sandals came out, these Birkenstocks. I had never even heard of them, but he really wanted them. Seen other people want them, so that's what he did. And I think a lot of times too, when us on YouTube flex what do we have for our collections, other people see that and they're like, I want that stuff too. So then they go out and buy it, and then they're like, you know what, I want to make a YouTube video and show my stuff too, so I could be just like so and so. Which was my huge mistake in the beginning, because I saw Metal Jesus Rocks and I saw all these other guys doing that same exact thing, so I thought I had to do it. I thought I'd be cooler if I did it, so then I focused on that for way too long, just doing that kind of crap. And now it's just kind of like, now I'm just focusing more on basically just talking in front of the camera with you guys, talking my thoughts, feelings, opinions, and discussions with everything that's related with gaming and everything else. Felt like I talked a lot right there. Anyways, in summary, yes, a lot of people on social media, especially YouTube, Instagram, and everything like that, love to flex their collection. It's common. That's with any hobby, I believe. Everybody loves to show what they have, what they made, what they got. In the comments below, please let me know what do you got that you like to show. I mean, if you have a YouTube channel or anything like that, if you showcase the stuff on there. Otherwise, I know a lot of you guys have actually told me that you don't have social media, you don't have any of this stuff, and you are collecting purely for yourself, which is awesome. You don't have to get validation from other people. You don't have to do anything like that. It is purely for yourself, and honestly, that's amazing, guys. So kudos to you kudos to you for being able to do that, bro, dudes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and dealing with my ramblings today of a madman. Obviously, half this video is probably me just repeating the same thing over and over again, but that's what happens when you get caffeine and you're in a good mood and you just want to talk to. So, with that being said, guys, oh, please don't unsubscribe. No, you guys do whatever you want. As always, stay retro, my friends. God bless. Thank you for coming and staying. And, yeah, have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for watching.